guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be doing the very trendy videos I keep seeing on TikTok, which they're calling them de-influencing. So pretty much it's just very popular products, just products that you don't think are worth the money, that you don't like, that you didn't see results from, that you just don't think is worth people spending their money on. It's pretty much just the opposite of influencing, and it's very similar to an anti-haul. It's just like an OG YouTube video where it's pretty much just things that you're not gonna buy, you don't think are worth the money, same thing. So yeah, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and if you want to see what products I don't think are worth buying, then just keep it going. So obviously all of these are all my opinions. Everyone's skin is different, everyone's preferences are different, everything everyone likes is different. There's gonna be like a part 2 to this or more of these, but I was like trying to figure out what I even really want to talk about, and some of these are just broad ranges of things, not one singular brand and item. So the first one is Supergoop. So Supergoop might be one of the most hyped up sunscreen brands, sunscreens in general. The one I've ever tried is the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen, which was their like most famous one. It was right when I was wanting to get into sunscreen and find ones that worked for me. I have oily, acne prone skin, and so many sunscreens are like grease, like straight up grease. I hate this one. This literally might be the worst sunscreen I have ever used in my life. Like when I would use it, I would be so greasy throughout the day with and without makeup. Like even with makeup, it would start like melting my makeup and like just turning me into a straight up grease ball. And I did notice that it was starting to break me out. Like it wasn't really like, I don't know if it was really like clogging my pores or something, because it wasn't like pimples. It was like those white, like, you know, like under the skin, just like, yeah, my skin just did not like it. And I actually went on to Sephora to read the reviews, and I know like a lot of the comments or reviews were saying the same thing. So yeah, Supergoop is just a brand I just don't think is worth the hype. Now I haven't tried anything else because I'm just too scared to. Like honestly, they're expensive. They're like, I want to say that one sunscreen was like $40-ish. Now if you have dry skin or you're not sensitive to sunscreens, then you might like that one, but that one was terrible for me, and I just feel like it's not worth spending $40 on something that might break me out. Because I know like the glow screen was huge and everyone loves the glow screen. Next thing, again, this one is not a singular product. It's just something I've thought about like just in general, and I kind of mentioned in my last video. So this is Big Palettes. I just don't understand the reason. Like, remember back in like 2016, 2017, like that era, Morphe would be like releasing these big palettes. Now I used to buy those palettes because I didn't have a lot of makeup, and I was like, oh, 50 eyeshadows, duh. Did I use all of those 50 eyeshadows? Is there some of those palettes that I probably never even touched? Absolutely. Like, they're huge. Like, they're like this big. Does that seem really big? Okay. And it's just unnecessary. Like, I don't need 75 neutral eyeshadows. I just feel like they're hard to travel with, they're hard to store. I just feel like they're impractical. I feel like nowadays, like the trend right now, I'd say trend because you never know what is gonna come back in. Right now, everyone's just like, they want like more compact. They just don't want this huge makeup collection. They want a very, I don't know, like simple, I guess. So I did get rid of, like, I'm not talking about like the ones like the ColourPop Mega Palettes or even like the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. Like those to me aren't huge. Like those are not overly big. I feel like those are fine because they're still easy to store. You can still travel with those and you would maybe actually use those. But the ones that like are just so like big, maybe I'll put pictures in. I think Morphe used to call them the Mega Palettes. Like they were so big, and for what reason? Like they were just huge for like no reason. I mean, even the James Charles one that he first released that I actually had, I got rid of it because I just wasn't using it. It was so annoying to get it out of my drawer. that I just wasn't reaching for it, and it was like a lot of colorful shades, so I just don't use those that much anymore. But they ended up making a smaller version of it, so I'm kind of just like, why didn't you just come out with a smaller version to begin with? But yeah, I just feel like we're done. We're over the big palettes, and I feel like brands are still releasing these like huge palettes, and I just feel like that we've kind of moved out of that part, you know. But then again, you know, it's a trend, so we could go right back, and I'm gonna have like 15 mega palettes. Okay, and then the next one is the Wishful moisturizer. Now I can't remember the exact name of this, but I will put a picture. I don't have it anymore. I did use it up because I got an BoxyCharm, and I don't even know if they still make this moisturizer anymore, because sometimes in BoxyCharms it'll be like discontinued products or just like products that are getting ready to be discontinued. So I don't know if they make this one anymore, but this was such a bad moisturizer. I'm not super picky with moisturizers, so like I have my holy grails, I have ones that I love, but like if it's just like an okay moisturizer, I'll still use it. I mean, I'll use it underneath makeup, I'll mix it in with something, I'll find some way to use it so I'm not just wasting the product, or I'll even like give it to someone who I think might like it more. This was it was like a, from what I can remember, it was almost like a like gel consistency, like gel, like a thicker like gel is what I can remember. But I just remember like on my skin it was so heavy, it was very heavy and greasy, but it's like it never sunk in. Like eventually, like maybe like an hour or so later, like the greasy feeling would go away, but I felt like my skin was not getting hydrated. Like I felt like it was just sitting on top of my skin and not hydrating my skin, because like there are heavy nighttime moisturizers that can be a little bit greasy when you first put it on, but once it sinks in, it really hydrates, really like replenishes the skin. I feel like this did nothing. Like I literally was like, did I even just put on moisturizer, or did I just put on like a slab of grease? But yeah, so it just wasn't good. It didn't break me out or anything, surprisingly, for how heavy it was. It does give a nice like glowy look to your face, but I felt like that was kind of all that it did. I don't know how to explain. This one is something that I do like and I do use it, but it's not worth the money, and I probably won't repurchase it once I run out. So that is the Summer Fridays lip balms. So I got the like holiday pack I think last year, and it came like the original one, the beige vanilla, and then the brown sugar one, which they all smell really great. They all have a really great like flavor. They look really juicy on the lips, but I mean, it's like what, a 20-something dollar lip balm, and I don't think these hydrate my lips. Like I remember like I was in Florida and my lips were so sunburnt, and they were not really like sunburnt, but like yeah, they were sunburnt and they were super dry and they hurt, and all I had was my Summer Fridays, the original one. That was not doing anything. Like it would help like the dry, like the burning, because you know I was like kind of soothing it, but it wasn't healing it, it wasn't making it feel any better. I don't think it does anything for dry lips. If you actually want a lip balm that's actually gonna hydrate your lips, that's actually gonna do something, help with like the dry, cracked, chapped lips, it's not gonna do anything. Like honestly, Aquaphor is gonna actually heal your lips, actually hydrate them. Now if you just want something cute, you just want something that smells good, you know, you want to splurge a little bit on a lip balm, then yeah, try it. It smells nice. Again, I do like it and I use it, but I'm not gonna buy it again because it's just really expensive, and Aquaphor does so much better at actually like hydrating my lips and like helping them if they're like chapped or something. So yeah, it's cute, it smells nice, but it's not worth the money. Next is the Master Metals palettes from Makeup by Mario. So I do have that. I feel like I saw someone else like mention this, I can't remember. So it's not so dark, it just got really dark. It's super rainy and foggy. I don't know if you can see out that window, that's like in front of me but behind me here. It's so dark. I hate filming when it's this dark because it like messes with my lighting, so hopefully it's not like weird. But so the Master Metals palette by Makeup by Mario it's a neat idea. Like, it honestly is very innovative. I mean, it's something different. Now there's like a few things with this. I just don't use it that often, to be honest. It's just, I don't know, it's something about it's just like not that practical. Now again, I like this product. I'm not saying I don't like this product. I just don't think it's worth the money because I don't ever really use it, honestly, because you take this, you like scrape the eyeshadow into here, and then you put the little mixing medium that you can buy separately. You like mix it together and then you put on your eye. Now, I do like this product. It does what it's supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I feel like, could I have lived my life without this? Yeah, probably, because I don't reach for it a ton. Just because sometimes I just want to throw on a shimmer eyeshadow and go. I don't want to like scrape this off, put in the mixing medium, mix it up, put it on, and then if it's not enough, or if I, you know, and then I'll have to do it all over again. And then you take this out and you clean it so that it's not all just like gooped up. But again, it's a nice product. It does what it's supposed to do. It is really pretty on the eyes. I just feel like, was it worth my money? No. Probably I could live my life without this. There are so many shimmer shades that you don't have to do a whole hoopla for it to look really pretty on the eyes. This is more like a I guess like what you could use in place of like a liquid shadow, because it's going to give you that like metal metallic look, kind of like the Huda Beauty like liquid metals or the Stila ones. Like, in case, I guess if you don't want to use that, you can just use like this. The only thing also with this is you have to buy the mixing medium separate from this, but you have to use them together. I don't know why he didn't just sell them as like a bundle, at least from what I can remember. But like literally I've had this since it came out, which was what, 2020, so 3 years ago now, something like that. And I have probably used this like 3 times, but I also like can't get rid of it because I'm just like, well, what if one day I want this metallic orange? What am I gonna do? So, which also, I'm not saying I hate these products or that they're bad. No, some of them I am, but like that one, the Summer Fridays one, they're still good. They're just, I don't know if they're worth your hard-earned money unless you think you're going to use it all the time. Next one is the Fenty concealer. Now, I was trying to think, I was like thinking about concealers, and honestly, there's not been like concealers where I was like, this is horrible. This is literally the worst concealer I've ever used in my life. It's trash. But the Fenty Beauty one is probably the worst one I've ever tried. I love Fenty Beauty. I like her foundation. I liked her hydrating one. I like her skin tints, her primers. Like, honestly, anything from Fenty Beauty, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna love it because I stand Fenty Beauty. But this concealer was so odd, and I wasn't the only one who had this problem, but it creased on me. It looked really dry. It like made me look worse than when I didn't have concealer on. Like, I don't know how to explain it, and I did a video on this like a long time ago. I honestly couldn't even tell you when. And I remember like every time I've used it, it just makes me look tired. Like, it's almost like it emphasizes my dark circles, it emphasizes my bags, it makes my under eyes look dry, it creases. Like, I don't know. This is like the worst concealer I've ever used. I have never had a concealer that looks worse on than it did when I didn't have anything on. Like, my dark circles, my bags, all that looked worse than it did before. I don't know, something about it always just made me look tired. It just made me look dry. So yeah, this was probably the worst concealer I've ever used. So then the One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trios. I had mentioned this before, but these I just don't like. I see that they just came out with a new color in like this really pretty pink. Now, would I be lying if I said I didn't look at the pink? And I was like, huh, that's so pretty. I kind of want to get it. But then I thought to myself, I was like, but you don't like the other ones. Like, these are the most pigmented blushes I have ever used in my life. Like, I know like they're deeper colors and everyone like says like fair skin can't use deep colors. I promise you guys, I use colors like this all the time. Actually, the color that I'm wearing on my cheeks today is actually very similar to this. It's just a little bit more like plummy than brown. But I wanted to get colors that were just a little bit different, not just like a pink. Now, I know that these are deep. Like, I know I have fair skin and these are like deeper. But holy guacamole, these are so pigmented. Like, so insanely pigmented. I do like that you get a cream, a matte blush, and then a shimmer blush. I really like that. And most of the things from one size I actually really like. But these were just such a, I don't want to say fail. They're just so pigmented that I feel like I don't even, like I can't even like use the lightest of lightest hands because it's still too much. And I've seen like Babs Beauty, when she did her review of these like a few, like I guess like last summer when it came out, she had the same problem. I've seen a lot of people say that they've had the same problems. Like, just for example, just to show you that I do use colors like this and it's not just the color. Like the Tower 28 one is very similar to this. And then like the Patrick Ta, like, is very similar. Or actually, you know, this Rare Beauty one is like very similar to this. And Nearly Berry. But like, again, I like use colors like this all the time. I love like bold blushes. I love dark blushes. I love like lighter blushes. Honestly, pretty much any blush color I can get to work for me, even though I have fair skin, because I'll just use like a lighter hand, or like, you know, I really just kind of like slowly build it. This I can't, like, I honestly like, and then this is me swatching it. Like, that's a pigmented cream blush. So I don't know, these I just didn't love because it's pigmented. So yeah, these were just, maybe I need to keep trying them, try them in different ways, or just try them again and use like the lightest hand that I've ever possibly used. The last thing I think I'm going to talk about is the Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Fetish Divine Blushes. So I have the shade Cherish, and I've like decluttered this blush, then I was like, I don't know if I want to declutter it. This is a good blush. Like, honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. It is very powdery. I will say, like, has a lot of fallout and it is very powdery. It's more of like a buildable formula. It's not super crazy. It's a nice blush, but it is like $40 and I just don't think it's worth it. Like, I think there are so many blushes that you could get the exact same effect from and you don't have to pay $40 for it. Like, you can get like the Flower Pot or the Flower Beauty Flower Pot blushes. You can get a similar effect with those and they are $11. I just think some of Pat McGrath's stuff is so insanely expensive for like what reason. This is just one of her products where I just think that's really expensive and I don't think it's worth it. I just feel like it's just it's a nice blush, but it's nothing to write home about. Like, it's good, it's fine. It's not worth $40. And see, that's my main thing about getting rid of this, because I'm like, it's $40. Like, I need to use this. So like, it's a really pretty color. But again, I just don't think it's worth your money. There are so many blushes. Now, if you just want to splurge and have a Pat McGrath blush, then do it. I think these ones, like her, what were they called? Duos, her Divine Blush Duos. I think these are a little bit more unique. I think these are a little bit more worth the money. Now, again, do I think that they're worth $40? No, I don't. But they're so pretty. Like, I just couldn't help but get them because I just think these are so pretty and they're very unique. And yeah, but her just standard regular schmegular blushes, I just don't think are worth it. Again, there's just so much more better out there for your money. It's a good blush, but it's not worth $40. Okay guys, so that was everything that I wanted to mention. I can definitely do a part 2 of this if you want me to, or if you want to know things that I do recommend. I definitely have a lot of favorites videos, but I can always do more. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what products you don't think are worth the money that you still might like, but you still are like, I'm not repurchasing this when I run out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.